Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells, and it's time for another Money Making Monday video. This one is from the sales posted on the March 12th, 2008 thread on my Facebook group. Before I get into the video, I just want to say thank you to those of you who have sent donation. Your kindness is really appreciated, and your support of this channel helps me keep making more great videos. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Money Making Monday. If you're not familiar with this, I have a Facebook group called Stay at Home Moms Selling on eBay. We started this back in 2008, and it's grown so large that we cannot change the name. Anyone is welcome. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom. So what we do on Mondays is Shani starts the post, and sellers will add their sales for the past week to this thread. And this is a great place to learn if you're wanting to learn more kinds of things to sell, expand your business, understand different features of eBay as far as auction or fixed price or best offer, free shipping versus not free shipping. You can go directly to the listing and look at it. So I'm going to say that again because I get a lot of questions on this video. Was this auction or fixed price? Well, you can come into this group and go look at it. Usually I will tell you when I'm talking about the item if it is auction or fixed price. So you may need to run the video back to get to the information you want. So let's jump in. Let's see where we want to start here. Okay, here we have Angela. She paid $3 for 3 of these Impact Zone Training System DVDs, and they sold within 2 weeks for $79 with free shipping. So if you're one of these people that likes to dig through the DVDs and look at the media in thrift stores or even at garage sales, I can tell you that vintage does well, and the odder the better. It's like if something was mass produced and was stacked 25 high at Costco or Walmart, then it's probably not going to do great on eBay, no matter how old it is. You want these things that are hard to find, they're unique, and that's just the way it is with media. In my experience, is the more niche, the better. So this, it looks like a golf training video system, and yeah, it's a 4 DVD set. They were all brand new, never opened. And let's see, she said she got them. She didn't say where she got them. So this is the kind of thing that you might find at an estate sale or a garage sale that's been sitting in somebody's house for 20, 30 years and was just never used. So that's what you want to look for in the DVDs and even VHS tapes. It's not necessarily the Disney movies that everybody knows and has. It's all this kind of odd, unique outlier stuff that is truly limited in number. So she turned $3 into $79 in about 2 weeks. So that is a great sale. Okay, Amanda, she bought this for 50 cents, sold for $27 plus shipping, and this was an auction. So this is a Super Mario Nintendo 64 game. These can be very profitable, as you see. She paid 50 cents and it sold for $27.25. Now, those of you that are new watching these videos, and you may not know how to tell on eBay if something was auction or fixed price. If it's auction, it's going to say winning bid, whatever, and then the number of bids in parentheses. So you can actually go to the bidding history and look at what they started it at and what it closed at, and the duration of the auction, because there's 3, 5, 7, and I think 10-day auctions still. eBay keeps changing it over the years, but you have different choices of how long you want it to be on auction. And really, your next question is going to be, which is the best? Well, there's just no answer to that. There's too many variables involved. Sometimes I'll do 5-day auctions just to turnover inventory I've had for a long time, stuff I want to get rid of and sell at cost, because I think for me 5 days has been more successful. I think maybe when buyers see something's on a 7-day auction, they might not want to wait as long for it. But this is definitely a collectible item. So you've got your collectors out there who will wait. So the answer of which duration of an auction is the best, you're going to have to experiment and find that. There's just too many variables with a lot of this stuff on eBay that there's no right or wrong, and you've just got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and jump in there and try it. So, as I digress, Amanda turned 50 cents into $27 in a week. So, can't beat that. And again, those video games are things you might find at a garage sale, or what happens is the kids grow up and move out and they leave all their stuff behind, and mom decides that I'm ready to get rid of all this, and moms and dads don't know what this stuff is worth, and they just throw it all in a box and put 50 cents a piece and just get rid of it, and there you go. So the stuff is out there. Okay, here is a plush item. Michelle bought this plush for 99 cents at Goodwill, and it sold in less than a week for $29.99. Oh, and it's Casper. I loved watching that cartoon. Yep, that's definitely brings back memories of childhood, watching Casper the Friendly Ghost and his mean brothers. So it was new with tag, and let's see. Oh, it's 2004, so it's not vintage. It's sort of newer vintage. But that's something you don't see every day, is in the plush bins is Casper. You see a lot of Disney characters and teddy bears and stuff that really is just junky, made in China, like not even an identifiable character. But when you see something like this, that's when you need to stop and look it up. So she turned 99 cents into $29.99 in less than a week. So another reminder that if you've got stuff sitting there, you need to get it listed, because it could sell in an hour, in a day, in a week. You just don't know. So here I am again encouraging you to get that stuff listed. Now we are in March and we've got a Christmas item. So it does not matter what season it is. Get it listed. People buy holiday stuff all year. So if you've got stuff out there that's not listed, you're leaving money on the table and you're missing opportunities. So Ernie bought this Christmas tree skirt for 99 cents, sold for $46 plus $3.50 shipping. Did a 10-day auction, and it's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree skirt. Oh, it's fabric panel. So it looks like, yeah, it's just the fabric. So somebody who's crafty and sews, here you go. Here's your Christmas project, and that is adorable. That looks really vintage. Let's see. It was made in 2001, so still, not technically vintage, is technically 20 years old. Antique would be 100 years old, but vintage is very loosely used on eBay. When I think of vintage, I think of 60s and 70s, and I went to high school in the 80s, so I don't even want to say 80s is vintage, but it is. My kids are actually technically vintage because they're both over 20 years old, but this just has a vintage feel to it, and obviously he didn't put vintage in the title, but it it falls into that category, so, of looking vintage. So moral of that story is, don't pass up Christmas items. They sell all year long, and there's the proof. This sold on March 11th, $46 on auction. Let's see what he started it at. Started it at $29 and it sold for $46. So excellent. That person knows how to use eBay. Okay, let's see what we got. Here's Dana. She paid $4 for this at a thrift store, sold in about 6 weeks for $99. Let's see what it is. Gallery shearling genuine leather suede coat, large hood with toggle fasteners. Yeah, this is a nice looking coat for $4. Very nice. Great condition, no flaws. And it says on the tag there, genuine leather, or depending on where you're from, genuine leather. Made in China, that's okay. It's still high quality fabric. And she looks like she had it on buy it now, and it sold for her asking price. And that took 6 weeks. So be patient. Sometimes it takes time to sell these things. They can sell in an hour, they can sell in a week, they can sell in a month, they could sell in a year. You just don't know. But the objective is to build your pipeline so a year from now, you may have things that are still listed, but you've done the work and the money's going to come in later. It's just like an investment. The money comes in later. You put that money away and you wait. If you know it's a good item, you've done the research, you're just going to have to wait until the right buyer comes along, and that could be an hour from now. I've talked about alerts before, and buyers set up alerts for all different kind of things so that when an item is listed matching those keywords in their alert or their saved search, they get an email notification from eBay that an item has been listed matching your keywords, and they can go buy it. So you just don't know what somebody's looking for. And that's kind of the, I don't want to say addiction, the allure of this business is you don't know. There's an element of unknown there, that you may have the exact item for somebody and maybe they don't even know they want it yet. Maybe a month from now this person's going to find out about this item and then go on eBay looking for it. So you just don't know. You just have to keep putting things out there and see how it goes. Here's Ernie again. This is a Beulah nativity felt tree skirt, opened but unused. $1.79 at Goodwill, sold for $61 plus $8 shipping on a 10-day auction. So that is fantastic. And here it is. These are the kits. I have a video on this. Beulah is a brand of craft kits and supplies. You can just make beautiful things. A lot of them are sequined and beaded, and they take a long time to make. So like this one shows in the picture, the nativity scene, and you can see the sequins here. You have to make all these little applique people and cut out the felt, and then you sew it on the main piece and put your polyfill stuffing underneath it to make it three-dimensional and puffy, and it's a fun craft. I used to make these. My mom made a ton of them when we were growing up, and that's what that video is about. So anyway, go check that out. But this is definitely on my look for list, because these kits are very expensive, especially if they are older or even vintage. One common thread, haha, no pun intended, between crafters is that they tend to overestimate what they'll get done. And I used to be that person. We would go to Michael's craft store and just buy all the stuff that we wanted to make. This was before the internet, so that was kind of what I did. But you buy all the stuff you want to make, and you just get a fraction of it done, and you have all these kits left over because crafters just love to make stuff, and they love to plan what they're going to make next, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. So then this filters down to estate sales, garage sales, things get donated, and here we have all these beautiful kits that, oh, this has the price tag on it. Let's see. Well, I can't read it. It's torn off. So 11 bids, sold for $61, and definitely put this on your list of things. Beulah craft kits, especially with all the sequins. Those can go for a lot of money. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Here's some Pendleton stuff. Pendleton's hit or miss. Some people do really well with it. Some people don't do so well. So this was $3. Amanda bought it. Didn't say where she got it. Sold on best offer for 33. Took 2 weeks. And let's see what it is here. Plaid wool shirt. And you want to look for this blue Pendleton tag. And let's see, it's 100% wool. So yeah, some people will say Pendleton does great for them. Other people just can't move it. So I don't know what the secret is on that. You would have to ask the people who are successful in selling it. All right, let's see what else. Okay, Janae paid $30 at Goodwill, half off day, sold for best offer of $200 plus shipping through global shipping. Took 1 day. Probably could have sold for a little more, but if waited, but was happy with the quick flip. So let's see what this is that you can buy for $30 and sell for $200. Blood pressure kit. Okay, let's see. It says blood pressure lowering device. This is interesting. So she obviously looked this up to see what it was, because I never would have guessed that a device like this could sell for that much. You got to be careful on eBay. You can't sell prescription items. So like the CPAP machines and some of the accessories you cannot sell on eBay, but some of them you can. So you want to check out eBay's policy on selling medical and health related products to make sure your item is allowed. I can't tell from this if this required a prescription or not. But this is the kind of stuff you want to look for, just like the foot massager. I have a video on that. Check out the link above. Those are for diabetics or those with foot problems, neuropathy, and you'll see those frequently at estate sales, garage sales, sometimes thrift stores, and they can sell for several $100s. And it's just a matter of learning what these medical devices are and if you're allowed to sell them. So Janae did a great job there of looking that up and making some great money on that. Turned $30 into $200 in 1 day. I think I would have taken that too. Definitely. I don't think I would have waited for a higher price. I would have taken that too. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Interesting things. Always trying to pick new things that we haven't talked about before to help everybody expand their horizons on what to sell. Okay, here's a good one. This is a newer brand. Erica says, love finding the more unusual sizes. Bought at Savers for $2.50, listed about 2 weeks, sold for full price of $39.99. And this is a bra. And this company is called Third Love. And you go on their website and you answer all these questions about your basically anatomy. And it helps you pick out the exact right bra for your body shape and all that kind of stuff. So this was a pre-owned bra, and she sold it for $39.99. So let's see if we can look at the label here. Yeah, it just says on the tag here, Third Love. I don't know if this is a newer company. When I say newer, like maybe within the last 5 years. But I don't think these are sold in stores. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've just learned about this, and but you go on the website and you answer all these questions like, do you have problems with straps slipping off your shoulders? Or what do you hate most about wearing a bra? Or all these kind of things that are very personal, and it picks out what's best for your body. So this is in very good condition. Bras can do very well, especially the odd sizes. Like this is a 36G, so not a huge band size, but a big cup size. So when you see that, it can often be a good seller. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Oh, there's Madison Thompson. Red, white, and blue season is upon us. Yes, it is. Always. I paid $2.99 at a local thrift store, accepted best offer of $59 plus $30 shipping after about 2 months. It's the heaviest thing I've ever shipped at 14 pounds. So let's see what this is. Temptations QVC Bakeware, red, white, and blue. Okay, it's like a casserole dish. Oh, that is really cute. Yeah, I would have picked that up too. Just it's so unique and different looking. And I can see that at 4th of July party or anything patriotic. That's really cute. So it's everything there together, brand new. And I've talked about these QVC specials in other videos. QVC is a home shopping network. So there's HSN and there's QVC, and they have special products, special offers where they're only selling that particular thing for the next hour. Celebrities will go on there and sell their stuff, like Joan Rivers was on back in the day, you know, selling her clothing line, or Martha Stewart may have something, or you know, new products nobody's heard of. But that's what a QVC special is. It's only on the program, the home shopping network or the shopping channel, for a limited time. So it's not like it's mass produced and you can get it everywhere. So often things that are QVC specials will go for more on eBay just because they're limited in number. So that's what it is. And it will usually say on it somewhere or in the paperwork with it that it was a QVC special. So again, when something's limited in number, it's going to be worth more because there's less of it. Okay, let's keep going down the list here. Find some more interesting things. Madison's got a lot of stuff going there. Oh, this is cute. Paid $4 at Goodwill, sold for full price of $85 plus shipping in 2 weeks. And it is a Pottery Barn crib set. Let's see what's included here. 3-piece Pottery Barn, and it's got the quilt and the pillow and the, looks like the dust ruffle, and she's got it displayed really nicely. Looks like she just put it across a table there. Very cute. You know, pictures are everything on eBay. You've got to take the time to make it look nice, because all that's between you and your buyers, this computer screen. So those pictures have to be great, and they've got to know what they're getting, and displaying it is a lot of the battle of getting it sold. Is you've got to make it look appealing to the buyer. So this was a 3-piece Pottery Barn Kids Daisy Garden bedding quilt set, and she got $85. Yep, sold for full price of $85 plus shipping in 2 weeks, and she paid $4 for this. And yeah, somebody else here says, what a smart idea to display it on a table. So yeah, figure out ways to display these items to make them look nice, and presentation is really everything here. So take your time and do your best. I see a lot of people rushing, and that's the thing, is it's not how much can you do, it's how well can you do it. It's not necessarily quantity. So take your time and make your pictures look great so that your buyers will be enticed to look at them and your items will look more appealing. Okay, here is Erica again, bought at Goodwill for $10 total, sold in about 3 weeks for asking price of $49.99 plus shipping. And this is Hooked on Math. And this, you know, Hooked on Phonics, Hooked on whatever, they have a whole bunch of different series, and these do really well. I've sold these in the past, gotten them at garage sales, you know, maybe paid $2 or $3 for each box, and then you can sell the whole thing as a set. So these do really well. So that's Hooked on Math, and she bought it for $10 total and sold for $50 plus shipping. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, here is Jen, one of our illustrious virtual assistants, who's always cranking out listings super fast. She bought this for $1.50 each, so $4.50. Put them in a lot, sold in 1 day for $30. Very proud of my 8-year-old for taking photos of these for me so I could list them right away. Fantastic, getting that 8-year-old. Is she 8 already? I remember when she was born, Jen. Ah, wow, time flies. Um, Converse Chuck Taylor toddlers, size 7. So very, very cute. Those look cute. You've done well, Jen, but that child has been around eBay her entire life, so it's probably in her DNA and she just can't help herself. But you have a good helper and an 8-year-old. Um, very nice. Okay, so you can lot things together. I just did a video on that, some tips for making your lots, so check that out above. And again, think through what you're doing, plan it out. You'll have much better results if you have a plan with these things than if you just slap them up on eBay and hope for the best. Okay, so those sold for $30 and our investment was $4.50. So that's what we're talking about. Okay, I wanted to get to the Carol Burnett videos that were on the cover. Oh wait, let me go back to those Fluvog shoes. Okay. This is a brand that's a high-end brand that I've never seen them, but they're out there. Shannon bought these at Salvation Army for $8.99. They sold within 2 hours of listing. And the brand is called John Fluvog, Fluevog. She sold them for $100, $99.99. And they are wingtip. They have the chunky heels. Are these women's? Let's see. Yep, they're women's. They look like men's, but they're women's. New without box. And so we can go through and look at these are in fantastic condition. Now, when I have these types of items on my videos and say the person said new without box or new without tag, how do you define that? Well, all that matters is what your customer is going to think. Does this look new without box? It absolutely does. I mean, these don't look like they've ever touched the pavement. They look brand new. So that's a judgment call you're going to have to make when you're listing these items. Clothing has a certain feel to it when it's brand new. You can tell it has that sizing on it that they spray on clothing that's new. Sometimes it has that little rectangular shaped tag in it that says remove before washing. Some people don't remove it, but it could be an indicator that the item is new. That's just a judgment call you're going to have to make. And the question that you need to ask yourself is, what will the buyer think? Does this look new without tag, new without box? If not, then don't list it that way. List gently used, pre-owned, great used condition, something like that. But there's no way to measure, is something new without tag, new without box. That's a human judgment call. Your brain and your eyes are going to have to make that, and your hands feeling things and making that determination. The person who gets the final say in this is the buyer. So if they get something that you've tried to pass off as new without tag, new without box, and it obviously isn't, they're going to call you out on it. They're going to file an item not as described or ask for a return, and you're going to have to pay for it because you didn't describe it correctly. So if you are anxious or nervous about what the buyer might think, then always undersell your item. Put good use condition. And it's better to have them to be happy with something that you undersold where the condition is better than what you said than when you oversell something and they get it and think, no, this is not excellent condition. This is not new without tag. So you just have to make that determination yourself. What's your buyer going to think? And use common sense. That's just the way it works. There's no eBay police that's going to say you cannot list this as new without box because of whatever. You're just going to have to examine the item closely and make that determination as a human being to see what condition to put on it. Okay, so back to the Money Making Monday here. Let's see what else we've got. I was trying to find a couple things that are lower here. Lower in the thread, I mean. Oh, here's a good one. Debbie did a 7-day auction on this lot of Girl Scout badge patches. Started the auction at $9.99. It sold for $69.68 plus shipping. I purchased the 2 packages of badges at Goodwill for $1.91 and $3.03, and then combined them in the auction. So $2 and $3, $5 for all this stuff. And she sold it for $69.68. This was definitely an auction. We're going to look at the bids on that. But you can see there's just all these patches. And this stuff sells. This Girl Scout stuff sells. The Boy Scout stuff too. It's unbelievable what people collect and what they keep. So it was 105 of these patches from 1984 to 2002. So she put them on auction, and she started it at $9.99, very fair, and the bids went all the way up to $69.68. That's fantastic. I love that. 33 bids. So good call on her part to do an auction, because sometimes you just don't know. And if you don't know, either price it high and put best offer and let the market tell you what it's worth, because you'll get maybe offers around the same price, and then you'll realize, okay, that's the highest it's going to go. Or do an auction, but just remember, when you do auctions, you have to be willing to take whatever you started at, because you may only get one bid. So for new people, I really don't recommend auctions at first, because you don't know enough yet to make as much money as possible, to maximize this. And eBay's reputation in the past, since it started, was it's an auction site, but things have changed a lot. You have a lot of different options now, and if you're willing to wait, the less risky way is price it high with best offer. But Debbie here, she's been around a while. I mean, she's got 2,300 feedback. She knew what she was doing here. So just realize that if you do an auction, whatever you started at, you've got to be willing to take that and follow through, because that starting price, you may only get one bid. Okay, here is what I was looking for. Crystal paid $0, so it was family stuff, listed for $99.99, took best offer of $50 plus shipping. And again, you don't know, so she priced it high and got $50. And this is the Carol Burnett Show Original TV Series Complete Collection DVD boxed set. So this is something that probably wasn't mass produced. It's a collector's edition. It's new in the shrink wrap. And does it say what year it was made? Let's see. I don't see what year it was made. That's okay though. This is just not something you would see all the time. And she's going through her family stuff room by room to figure out what sells and what doesn't. And once you start doing that and you start selling stuff, it's like, hey, I'm not attached to anything. I'll put anything up for sale and see what I can get. And it's quite liberating to sell all this junk that's been squirreled away in closets and drawers and attics and basements, been down there for years. And then you can put it up for sale on eBay and find somebody who actually wants it. You're rehoming your things, basically, just like you would with a pet. You're rehoming things and making money doing it. So for those of you that are new, I keep saying that because I get a lot of comments and emails from newer sellers. Check out my beginner playlist. The link is above. It's really a lot of good, solid information for beginners, and I encourage you to listen to the whole playlist, because it's going to save you a lot of time and heartache and money lost when you're building your business. But definitely go through your house, and seasoned eBay sellers do this all the time, either ongoing. My daughter is constantly selling stuff she doesn't use anymore, clothes that she doesn't like, whatever, and it's just a way of life. Or some people may go through their home, like couple times a year and just gather up stuff they're not using and sell it. So it does become a way of life, and you just never know what something's going to be worth. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope this has been educational. And again, if you're not in my Facebook group, come join us. And please read the rules when you join, because we are a bit stricter than other groups as far as what we allow, because we want to keep this business focused, no drama, no complaining, no griping about eBay, no customer bashing. You got to behave like a grown-up in my group or you don't get to stay. So come join us, check it out, and go through these Money Making Mondays posts, because they are very enlightening and educational, and you can talk to other sellers about things they're selling and get just a world of information and education for free. So thanks for watching. Would love your comments below, and have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.